All right, so you guys did this review packet yesterday. I came around and checked. A lot of you had a pretty good jump on it, which makes me feel like, the test on Friday, we got a good shot, so that's exciting. But let's go ahead and go through them one at a time. You can check your work and see if you're actually doing it right. So on the first one, the segment is being bisected. That means that the two smaller segments that are created are now congruent. So if JL is 17, KJ is
17.
Also 17. And the whole thing,
34.
34. Perfect. All right, same thing on number 2. We have a bisector. So PR is also 5.7. And the whole thing, PQ, is what? 11.4. Good. All right, next we're finding the midpoint. That's where we add the x's, divide by 2, add the y's, divide by 2, and our answer is an ordered pair. So when you add 0 and 8, you get 8, and when you divide it by 2, you get 4. When you add 0 and 2, you get 2, and you divide by 2, you get 1. And then you can sort of go back and look. Would it make sense that between the 0 and the 8, I'm saying I'm at 4? Well, yeah, that's like right in the middle of 0 and 8. If I am between 0 and 2, and I'm saying that y value is 1, that makes sense, right? So you're just trying to find the middle of the x's and the middle of the y's. We're just basically doing an average. Same thing on number 4. Here the 4 and the 2 go together. Divide by 2. The 7 and the 13 go together. Divide by 2. So you get 6 divided by 2, which is 3. And 7 plus 13, which is 20. And 20 divided by 2 is 10. And then the last one in that section, it's the -3 and the 5 go together. And the -6 and the 4 go together. So that'd be 2 over 2, which would be 1. And -2 over 2, which would be -1. Questions on that one? All right, for number 6, it's very similar to 1 and 2, but only now we're talking about angles. So the angle is being bisected. I ask you for the other smaller angle, so they would be congruent. It would be 11 degrees. And then the whole thing, angle PQR, would be what? 22 degrees. Good. If you are missing these, like missing them as in getting them wrong or missing them as in didn't do that one, fill in the right answers. We're reviewing one more day tomorrow, but it's going to be on your own. I can't guarantee that the sub knows how to do this stuff. And then your test is Friday. So if you're still struggling, it's time to start writing it down, working through it, doing a little extra outside of class stuff. So it's time to get it into gear. All right, number 7, angle PQS. Now, this one's a little different. Do you see this mark right here? That means the whole thing, PQR, is 121. So each of the little angles would be what? It'd be half of 121. What's 121 divided by 2? The whole thing is 121. And then this guy's cutting it right in half. So it's this like semicircle that gives it away. That means the whole thing. What are you getting? 60.5. 60.5 is correct. And then the other one's also 60.5. I ask you about the two smaller angles. First it's PQS, then it's SQR. But again, this thing, whole thing, 121, divide by 2 to get each of the smaller ones. All right, I'm going to scroll down if you guys are good. All right, so number 8, once again, we have angles that are being bisected. When they're bisected, that means the angles are congruent. Congruent means equal. So I'm going to set these two expressions equal to one another, and I'm going to solve for the x. What are you guys getting as your x value? 16. Good. Same thing, number 9. We're being bisected, so I can set these equal. When you solve for x, you get 10. Very good. All right, number 10. It says these angles, angle C is a complement. Complements add to what?
90.
90. So I'm going to do 90 minus 57. Which is 33. Number 11, also complements, so also adds to 90. What is 90 minus 9.5? 80.5 degrees. Good. The next one, now it says supplement. Supplement is what?
180.
180. So what's 180 minus 37?
Like 43.
Good. And supplements again. So 180 minus 114.5. 65.5 degrees. Good. Now, I can't remember if I told this class or my other class, but I'm going to let you cross out part of the directions here. I just want you to find x. If you find x, I am more than happy with it. So let's write the equation for number 14. What do I need to do here? Equals 180. Good. Then what? Oh, careful. They both have x's.
And 13 plus 5x.
Yeah, so we can combine these. 13x plus 5x is what?
18.
18x. And then we do what? Divide by 18. Good. So x should be 10 in this case. Now, the reason we set it up this way is because these two angles make a straight line, which is a straight angle, which adds up to 180. Same on number 15. These angles make a straight angle. They're supplementary, a linear pair, lots of different names, basically all just fancy ways to saying put a plus sign in between them, equal 180. All right, so 4x and 2x is 6x plus 12 equals 180.
Minus 12. Wait, no. Okay,
Yep, you're right. What do you get when you subtract those?
168.
Good, and then what's 168 divided by 6? 28. All right, questions?